What's the penalty for underpaying estimated taxes?
There is a penalty for not making your estimated tax payments. However, there are ways how you can kind of get around that penalty. So the very first one is if you owe less than $1,000 come tax time, you won't get hit with a penalty. Also, if you pay 90% of the current year's tax, then you won't owe a penalty. Now, this is where things kind of get interesting because you can pay the lesser of 90% of the current year's tax, or if you make less than 150 grand, you can pay 100% of last year's tax. If you make over 150 grand, you gotta pay 110% of the prior year's tax. And remember, you can pay the smaller of those numbers. And this really makes sense whenever you have a situation where, let's just say you have someone who made 100 grand one year, and all of a sudden they make 500 grand, right? The 90% of the tax for 500 grand is going to be so much higher than 100% of the tax of the prior year. If they made 100 grand the prior year, their tax is going to be substantially smaller than 90% of the current year, right? So that's like one of the safe harbors that I'll look at with tax planning is I'm all about time value of money. Keep your money for as long as possible, but we also want to eliminate any potential penalties, right? So if that's something that we can spot, we'll pay either 100% or 110% of the prior year's tax, depending on their situation, or we'll pay 90% of the current year's tax, and we'll try to make sure they keep more of their money.